Offense definitely showing blitz here. Former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down.
You didn't want that. You didn't want that. Here we go now. Leopard. Slam, slam, slam.
They'll drop the throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Flacco and the Ravens now after the sack. Need something good here on 3rd and long.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky, here we go now. Green. Switch. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
He's got his hand, that's Macklin. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Tight end's Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo.
Set. All right, now, Lucky 56.
Three down. Odd. Check 9.
Watch you now. Leopard. Gun. Watch you now, Barney. Leopard.
Switch.
Taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
They'll send a receiver in motion. They will run again with Coleman. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Man left. 3 down.
Here we go now. Hut. Watch you now, Barney. Over. Leopard.
And the D looking like they may blitz. Back to throw here. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Watch out.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Flacco and the Ravens now after the sack need something good here on 3rd and long.
Hurry up, here we go. Over. Bang. Now let's go. No. Check. Patriot. Back 99
And they're
Philly,
going to
here
go
we go.
soft on the corners.
All right, here we go. 319.
3rd and long.
319.
Flushed out right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes on the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. Well, that was pretty obvious. He didn't let him catch it.
Agreed, and what's hard is you make that long run downfield to try and cover it, but you got to locate the football as well.
Two tight.
Ohio.
We got 3.
Come on, let's go.
We got 3.
90.
That is not going to be any help as as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, the person carrying the ball is always the easy target when things aren't going so well, but I think it's a combination with the Chargers. They've got to get the offensive line going in order to improve those numbers from last year. They weren't very good running it, partner.
No, they were bottom of the AFC, second to last in the entire NFL.
Kill, turn up.
Ohio!
Tighten up.
They keep it on the ground again. Gordon. That hell right through him. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4.
Here we go.
Let's go!
And they'll send Williams in motion
Flex
lane.
round! Flex round! Flex!
Check.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz.
Ohio!
Undercrunch.
From the gun on 3rd down. Jones. And it's complete. Henry. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways. Right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Flex round!
Boys, tight to the right. Move.
Here we go! Ohio, let's go! Ohio! What?
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage. This is Gordon as they go to him again. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Now, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Check. Blitz! Yeah, baby! Boom!
The 25-yard line is what they need here.
Flex
This
round!
is 3rd
Flex
down.
round! Ohio! Here we go!
Get the edge. Come.
Now Jones sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
Double tight.
Here we go! Ohio!
36.
First down. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Strong right.
Come on, Ohio!
You ain't doing nothing today.
Williams, the man in motion left.
Ohio!
6 guy. Check 6 guy.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones forced out to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive.
Flex round! Flex round!
Check 31.
Here
Jones. And this is going to be incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
All right, here we go.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill out the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Watch number 5. Watch number 5.
Set! 19! Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. That's complete to John Ross. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're
All
going to
right, now,
move the
look at 56. Look
sideline.
at 56.
You just see there. You get the benefits of practice. Picking it up and making sure it was a catch.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
Check. Crunch. Crunch. Crunch.
Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here they come. Here they come. Here they come. Hot, 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 hot.
No.
Run.
All right, here we go.
That's it, baby. That's it.
All right, here we go.
Big hit.
Over.
They stay on the ground. It's Coleman. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
All right, here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Ross. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Detroit! 3-19!
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Let's go!
Here's Coleman. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
He didn't have a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
All right, now, look.
Kill.
Set! Leopard! Watch it, no!
They'll run with a former Tar Heel T.J. Logan. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
He's checking. Crash. Run!
2 minutes
They don't
remain
want
here
it,
in
fellas.
the first
They
half.
don't want
Back
it.
with more
Keep
AFC
playing hard,
playoff
fellas.
action
All
after this
day.
timeout.
Woo! Let's get it.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Double tight,
Here
guys.
comes the
double
D
tight.
swarming
All right,
to the
now,
line.
lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Hey,
Here we
now,
go.
got three,
All right,
got
now,
three,
lucky
three down,
gun. Back
three
down, here we go. Detroit.
This is Coleman.
Check.
Just what you want on a first down
Hey,
run.
left three,
Call it
left
8
three.
yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Check three.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on,
Shift.
we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Lucky. Run. Double tight.
Hurry up, here we go. Back 99. Detroit.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They give this time to the tailback. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Bring him in. Watch that.
Detroit.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Watch it now.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Leopard. Here we go now. Set. Over.
They're giving here to his running back. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
All right, now,
This
look at
offense
56.
2
All
for
right,
2
now,
on
look at
3rd
56.
downs on this drive. This is the most important of them all, 3rd and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup. Okay. Hold that thought, Mr. Ridley. We've got a trip to the title game on the line. Folks are eager to get right back to the action. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both
Let's
sides
go.
trying to
Let's
seize
go.
momentum to begin the half.
Ohio.
What do they have dialed up that'll give them
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Hot. Get it.
2nd down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13.
Flex round. Here we go.
too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Flex round! Flex round!
The tight end Henry here in motion.
SOS.
Hot!
Now Jones. Off play action. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Charger, Eric Weddle. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
No. Check. Patriot. Over. Gun.
Play fake here on 1st down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Crash.
Leopard. All right, now look.
He's crashing.
No. Check. Leopard. Detroit. Leopard.
Watch the whip.
Now a handoff here to the running back. And a short gain down to about the 33. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Here we go. Over. Watch it now.
This is Logan. Dances by him. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now.
I like what they were thinking on defense. Just guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let anyone pass that. Didn't matter whether they threw it or ran it.
They get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
We've been at enough practices, and how many times have we stood on the sidelines and a unit goes out to kick a field goal and hear the special teams coach say, make sure you protect. First thing, protect. And here they give up a block.
Yeah, especially in a tight game like this, tied second half. This is execution is so key.
They go over everything in the huddle. The last thing you're going to hear everywhere. Make sure you protect. That didn't get done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Watch tight end. Tight right.
Here we go. Ohio.
3 down.
Ohio.
Slam.
Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. So that'll back them up 5.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Let's go. Flex round.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. Jones now to throw on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And they only need a little bit here. 3rd down and very short.
Flex round. Here we go.
Looks like the defense in press coverage
Here
here.
we go. Flex round. Here we go.
Try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Flex round! Flex! Ohio!
Kill!
Ohio!
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball. Back to throw. Jones. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Let's go.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Hey.
Here we go. Flex wild. 90. What?
Showing eight.
Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen.
Check three.
And that'll set them back 5. Here we go on 1st and 15.
Bunch set. Eyes up. Bunch set.
Here we go. Hot.
Jones from the gun. He'll throw. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively.
It really does because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed.
51, Mike.
He can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
We got 4. Double tight.
Let's go.
3 down.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left.
Motion. I got one.
Flex round.
25. Check 25.
Flex round.
Shift.
Flex round.
Shift.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary.
Watch out.
Looking to throw. Jones. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he is all the way up past the 25. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Tight end right. 3 down.
Set. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Leopard. Detroit. Back 99.
They'll start on the ground with Coleman. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step.
Leopard. All right, now,
Defense showing blitz.
Hot.
Now back to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let this one go. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time for the Ravens. 52 yards. And now first down following that long game.
Watch it now,
And on the
Barney,
outside,
Barney.
they're playing press coverage.
Gun.
Kill.
Here we go now.
Kill. Turn up.
Leopard.
They give this time to Kevin. And able to push his way forward here for a good little game.
That's me.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it winds us down to the end of the third quarter. It's been a tight, low-scoring affair thus far, 3-3. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone.
What's tight? Tight end's right.
All right, now. Hurry up. Over.
Alert.
Detroit.
The carry It's Williams, and he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
It's Coleman, and they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go.
This field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes you get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception, finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D.
Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Come on, let's go. Flex round. Flex round.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Henry. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Ohio.
I'm here all day.
Yeah, the defense definitely showing blitz here. Here's Jones looking to throw on second down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They're still in search of the first down after that last completion.
Ohio.
Hey. We got 3.
Let's go.
3 down.
Flex round.
Now Jones from the count on 3rd down. Going underneath for Gordon. And he will be hit with a lot of force and spun down. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Fresh set of downs here.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the
Let's
Ringo.
go. Flex round.
Hey.
Ohio.
Check me out.
Ohio.
We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
Jones now operating from the gun. And his throw is incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
That was his carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Let's go. Ohio.
He don't want it.
Flex round. Ohio.
Watch the edge.
The throw on 3rd down. Jones. Man open left side. It's Williams. He's stop before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
3 down.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Watch
Flex
right,
round!
we got
Flex
right.
round! Flex round! Here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard,
Come on,
and it'll be
let's go!
second down.
Flex round! Flex round!
Looks like the defense has coverage here. On second down, they'll run with Gordon.
Okay, we got
And a
4.
pretty big hole as he's down to
Let's
about
go,
the
fellas.
40.
We got 4 down. Let's go.
7 yards on the carry, make it 3rd and 4.
Flex round! Flex round!
Second and long.
Flex round!
It's
Here we
really
go!
nice to see an offense that
Flex
has enough
round!
confidence
Flex
to
round!
run the
Flex
football
round!
in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice
Check.
and game
Crunch.
planning.
Crunch.
They've seen things
Crunch.
that they've seen
round.
on tape
Flex
and in
round.
previous games that led them to
Slam.
believe
Slam.
that even in a long-distance situation,
Come
they can
on,
still
let's
run the
go.
football
Give me
and get
one,
enough
Mike.
yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Let's go.
Ohio!
Big series right
Ohio!
here. We got to step it up.
Ohio! Ohio!
Safety green.
On 3rd down, Jones. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you
Let's go.
noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they
Back
hold them down one more time and
Detroit!
finalize
Detroit!
things.
Gun! Here we go now!
Throwing here to start the drive. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Gun! Watch it now!
Back 24. Check.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for
here
the
we go.
blitz. They'll send the
3-19.
receiver here in motion right.
No.
Check 3.
Handoff looking right. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit.
Man left,
It's second down.
Over!
Out.
Hurry up, here we go! Green! Over! Watch it now, Barney!
Check.
Barney!
Lucky.
All right,
And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to fight forward
Check it,
inside the
Humphrey.
15 to the 13. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. The Ravens on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game.
Guys, double
This
tight.
is 3rd and 4.
Gun!
Three down.
Gun! Over! Hurry up, here we go! Over! 3-19! Now, check! 3-19!
And now here's a carry heading left. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So barring something extraordinary, something crazy here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Brandon, this will be a great win for them. The better team's going to win this game, no question about it.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves.
Come on,
they know
let's
that they need to score quickly.
It's a two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 plays. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
They go play action here on first down. And his throw here's incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Because they have, you're right, they have had no
Come
room
on,
to breathe.
Ohio!
57.
Jones off the play fake. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Lardarius Webb. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here.
Double tight. 3 down, 3 down.
Set! 3-19!
54, right there, right there.
They go to a knee here, and with that, it's on to the AFC title game. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does